Well, it's hard to believe that we are now halfway through the season. Well, at least some of the teams will be halfway, including the two tonight, as it's now time for my Week 8 picks of the 2019 NFL season. And of course, for reasons in particular, I cannot do the webcam today. And of course, last week, I went 10-4. Yippee! But still not good enough. I need a winning percentage of almost over 3/4 for me to be satisfied. But not close enough. But finally got over those 3 weeks straight where I was so bad in the picks. It was terrible. And of course, here's the playoff stands of the season today. In the AFC, it's the Patriots and Chiefs with the byes, with the Texans at the Ravens and the Bills at the Colts. And in the NFC, it's the 49ers and Saints with the byes, with the Seahawks at the Packers and the Vikings at the Cowboys. And for my Super Bowl pick right now, it's the Patriots beating the Saints. So now, here we go for my Week 9 picks. So we start off the week with Thursday night tonight, as, oh boy, feel the torture, as the Redskins are at the Vikings for the first time since 2013. Funny enough, remember, that was a Thursday night too as well. And, oh boy, Kirk Cousins will finally get his revenge against his former team, as the Redskins are going to try and beat the Vikings for the first time up in Minnesota since 2007. God, they haven't beaten them since, what was it, like 2016, I believe it was, or something like that. And, of course, the Redskins lost a hard-fought defensive struggle last week against the 49ers in the rain, too, because we got that, too, where I'm at as well. And the Vikings destroyed the Lions once again. How about this? After their meltdown they had after week 4, they've now won 3 in a row in dominant fashion. Holy crap, you gotta wonder if they really are going to be like the team to beat like they were in 2017, perhaps. Oh, boy. I don't think it's going to be close probably whatsoever, especially with Cousins probably getting his revenge. I think the Vikings are going to win it. But watch, the Redskins will try and spoil it for them too, or the Vikings screw up, especially Cousins. And then we get to our 1 p.m. games, which this one was actually flexed out. This was the 4 p.m. game, as the Broncos are at the Colts for the first time since 2017, as the Broncos are trying to beat the Colts for the second time when they visit them. And of course, the Broncos, oh my God, they got destroyed last Thursday night by the Chiefs, and that was without even Mahomes pretty much. That was the Chiefs' defense that did all the work. Oh my God, I feel so bad for Flacco as he got sacked to oblivion in hell last week. Oh God, that was torture to watch him go through that. And the Colts got that impressive victory against the Texans last week, and they finally lead the division right now. And of course, no shit, picking the Colts for this one. And then it's the Buccaneers at the Titans for the first time since 2011. And, oh man, we finally could have had our second rematch of Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota after that incredible season opener in 2015. Remember that? But of course, we're not going to get that now as Mariota is benched. And of course, the Buccaneers off their bye as they got destroyed by the Panthers in London. Oh my God, Winston was so bad at game. We for like 5 interceptions or something like that. Absolutely garbage and terrible. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten benched yet either. Meanwhile, the Titans, they beat the Chargers, got lucky, had to hold off a comeback right there, as Ryan Tannehill actually made that offense look pretty good at the moment. And of course, oh boy, this one's inconsistent, as the Titans are always inconsistent, and the Buccaneers are fucking all over the place too. They're starting to become like inconsistent as the Titans too. Man, I really don't know what to say about this one, but I guess I'll be picking the Titans for this, and watch, they'll choke it too. And then we get to an interesting NFC matchup as the Cardinals are at the Saints for the first time since 2013, as the Cardinals are going to try and beat them down there for the first time since 1996. And hopefully Breeze will be starting. I think he might be. If not, oh well, Bridgewater will probably be good enough right now. As the Cardinals, how about that? They've now won 3 in a row. And with that tie, they officially have done better this year than last year. And of course, they're right there in the mix. Think about that. They're last place in that division, but they're 3-1. You know you're in a very good division when your last place team has a 500 record. Very impressive turnaround they had so far. And the Saints absolutely destroyed the Bears last week. It's incredible how back after week 2 we thought, oh God, the Saints are going to completely implode now without Breeze. But how about this? They are 6-1. Even with Breeze, I didn't think they would have this a 6-1 record, but they do, and that's without Breeze. Can you imagine how scary it'll be when he ever comes back, which I think might be this week. I'm not fully sure, but either way, Breeze, Bridgewater, it doesn't really matter. They're at home. I'm picking the Saints for this one. And then we get to our next London game as the Bengals are at the Rams for the first time since 2011, as the Bengals are trying to beat them once again since 2011, the last time they beat them down when they visited them. And of course the Bengals, oh my god, 0-7 as they're trying to avoid 0-8 for the first time since 2008 still. That's how long it's been since they had that losing streak. As nothing's going right for them whatsoever. Got destroyed by the Jaguars last week. And the Rams finally ended that 3-game losing streak as they got to 4-3 now as they destroyed the Falcons last time out. And of course, oh god, you can't really trust the Bengals whatsoever. Nothing's going right for them. So I'm picking the Rams for this one. And then it's the Jets at the Jaguars for the second year in a row, as the Jets are trying to beat them down there for the first time since 2012. As the Jets, oh my god! What an impressive embarrassment on Monday night. Sam Darnold, 11 of 32, 86 yards, 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I don't know what's more surprising, the fact that he played that bad or the fact that he actually had a 3.2 QB rating, which I thought before I looked up, I thought it was going to be 0 exactly. I can't get how it's that high. Unbelievable. Shut out by the Patriots. They didn't show up whatsoever. And I feel much better that I did not pick them because I have a funny feeling that was probably going to be the case. Meanwhile, the Jaguars, after losing 2 in a row, they dominated the Bengals, so they're still right there, so you can't underestimate them in the AFC South right now. They're looking solid right now. They got a lot of work to catch up, though, to the Texans and Colts at the moment and keep up with the Titans. And I'm picking the Jaguars for this one. And then it's the Giants at the Lions for the first time since 2014, as the Giants are trying to beat the Lions in Detroit for the first time since 2013, as the Giants, oh Christ, I can't remember when they last played. Was it the Patriots? I think I have really no idea, since it won't come off the top of my head who they last played. Meanwhile, the Lions, oh boy, they were right there with the Vikings until like the fourth quarter, where they just imploded and they just could not keep up. And yikes, Lions, you've now lost 3 in a row after that really good start to the year. That's not looking really good. Thank God you got to host the Giants coming up, but that's a little bit of a worry. You are last place in that division again when you had a shot to get that number 1 spot in that division several weeks ago. I think you're going to get, but do not underestimate the Giants. I'm keep warning you, don't underestimate them. And then we get to an outer conference matchup that I thought was going to be important, but not really right now, as the Chargers are at the Bears for the first time since 2011, as the Chargers try and beat the Bears in Chicago for the first time since 1970. 1970, that's how long it's been since they've last done it. As the Chargers, oh god, they've lost 3 in a row, and they looked ugly in the process too. Already officially a worse season than last year. Meanwhile, the Bears, holy fuck, how did you get destroyed by the Saints? And that was without Bridgewater. Can you imagine how scary that would have been if Breeze was playing? Oh god, they have not recovered after that London game against the Raiders. They have not recovered, even though they're in the exact same spot. Find out they follow the exact win-out record each week like they did last year, but they're not looking good right now. Their losses have been really embarrassing compared to last year. Oh Christ, nothing's going right for them. And you know what's funny too? I left it up too. I've always picked the Bears each time out, believe it or not. I've always picked them. They're the only team left I have not to pick against, other than I think the Patriots perhaps. But, of course, I'm going to keep it this week, as I'm going to pick the Bears for this one. And then it's the Eagles at the Bills for the first time since 2011, as the Eagles, try to beat the Bills in Buffalo for the first time since 2003, as the Eagles, oh god, absolutely destroyed by the Cowboys. Oh my god, what an utter embarrassment last Sunday night was. That was humiliating. And, of course, the Bills actually had to pull up a comeback against the Dolphins, so that's not really good for them, and they're freaking 5-1 right now. Who would have thought they'd be 5-1, the Bills, right now? Jeez, that is crazy. Now, of course, I probably would normally pick the Bills for this one, especially since they're playing much better than the Dolphins, but I really just can't see the Bills going 6-1. They're not that freaking good. Oh my god. This might sound crazy, I know, but I'm going to pick the Eagles for this one because I just can't see the Bills going freaking 6-1. Absolutely not. And then it's the Seahawks at the Falcons for the first time since 2013, as the Seahawks are trying to beat the Falcons down there for the first time since that game. The Seahawks, oh my god, they got embarrassed by the Ravens last week. Holy shit, that was really, really bad. And the Seahawks, oh god, oh my god, nothing is going right for them. What is going on with the Falcons this year? Jesus Christ. And then to make matters worse, I think Matt Ryan is out for the season or something like that. Because I heard he got injured last week, and I have not heard a word about it ever since. So I have no idea if he's even going to be playing or not. But, oh god, even honestly, even if he does play, the Falcons are in such free fall that I can't really honestly pick them right now. I'm picking the Seahawks for this. And then we get to our 4 p.m. games with, holy shit, who would have thought before the season began that this would be a huge game in the NFC, but it is. As the Panthers are at the 49ers for the first time since 2017. As the 49ers try to go 7-0 for the first time since 1990. Wow. The Panthers off their bye after they destroyed the Buccaneers in London. Holy crap, that was an incredible performance. They have really turned their season around after that 0-2 start. Like I think I said last time out, they need to keep Kyle Allen the starter even if Cam ever comes back. Just keep him in. They're winning right now. That offense is clicking. Keep him in. Meanwhile, the 49ers won a defensive struggle against the Redskins last week. Oh boy, maybe at 6-0 now. You'd probably think maybe they could make the playoffs right now even if they struggle down the end of the stretch. But remember, 1978 Redskins, 2003 Vikings, 2009 Broncos. All those teams went 6-0 and they still missed the playoffs. So don't say and act like you're going to the playoffs just yet because the wheels can just come off just like that, and the NFC is very low this year. But right now, I am picking them to beat the Panthers this time out, but I will not be surprised if the Surgeon Panthers actually beat them either. After all, they've done it now. What, like, they've beaten the 49ers have lost to the Panthers like 3 times in a row now or something like that? It's crazy. And then it's the Browns at the Patriots for the first time since 2013, as the Patriots try and go 8-0 for the first time since 2015, as the Browns try to beat the Patriots in Foxborough for the first time since 1992, as the Browns off their bye week, was it? I think, yeah, it was their bye week, as of course they blew it and choked it last time out against the Seahawks. Absolutely embarrassing how they choked that game. They should have won that. And the Patriots destroyed the Jets on Monday night. In other news, water is wet. I'm sure no one was surprised about that whatsoever. And of course, the Browns have been so underachievement this year. I'm picking the Patriots for this one. Oh God. Oh God. Can you imagine how bad the Browns are going to choke against the #1 offense and defense in the league right now? Nothing is going right for them. And then it's a pretty interesting AFC matchup as the Raiders are at the Texans for the first time since 2013. And of course, this game was flexed in for the Broncos and Colts one, as this is their first time playing each other too since their playoff wildcard game 3 years ago. Remember that. And the Raiders got pretty much spanked by the Packers. They could not stop Aaron Rodgers. In our news, what else is new? And the Texans had to play a hard-fought game, but just lost against the Colts. And of course, this will be big, as can the Raiders win this and get back over 500? Or will the Texans get this win to probably get themselves secured for maybe at least the 6th seed, if not still trying to fight the Colts for the AFC South division this year? I'm picking the Texans for this one, but don't underestimate the Raiders. They've been underestimated a lot of times this year. And remember, Texans, you have not beaten the Raiders hosting them since 2009. That's how long it's been since you've beaten them at home other than the playoff game. And then we finally get to Sunday night, a matchup that no one can be nutting about now since the match most likely won't be happening, but who knows, as the Packers are at the Chiefs for the first time since 2011. Oh boy, I'm sure the Packers would like to get revenge on the Chiefs beating them in 2011 to give them their only loss in the regular season that year. And of course, the Packers dominate against the Raiders. Who would have thought they'd be 6-1? But after they beat the Bears that first week of the season, you knew they were going to be something maybe this year, as they're freaking 6-1 right now. Unbelievable. No one probably would have thought that. And the Chiefs destroyed the Broncos on the road last time out, but that was with their defense doing the work, as Mahomes unfortunately suffered his injury last week. But thankfully, looks like he might actually be playing very soon. But from what I heard, he might not be playing on Sunday. So who fun now, as Matt Moore will be starting. And, of course, with that out of the way, And of course, I don't think Moore will probably do that well, but who knows? You never know what will happen, especially since, remember, the Chiefs beat the Packers last time they hosted them. But I'm picking the Packers for this one, mostly because Mahomes is not playing. And then we get to Monday night, a game that I'm probably the only one in the country that will even consider watching. As the Dolphins are at the Steelers for the first time since 2013. Remember that game that the Steelers almost made the comeback on? If whoever it was didn't go out of bounds. And of course, their first rematch since their wild card game 3 years ago, too. Ain't that something? As the Dolphins are trying to avoid 0-7 for the first time since 2007. As I believe they were... Oh, yeah. They had it against the Bills, but then they choked it. Just completely and utter choked it. They should be embarrassed about that performance. And the Steelers were off their bye as they dominant performance against the Chargers last week. I would think Mason Rudolph is starting now after his injury against the Ravens, especially after that bye-off, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. But honestly, doesn't matter him or the backup, whoever his name was. I think the Steelers are gonna easily destroy Dolphins, but don't underestimate them either. Do not underestimate them. It's getting that time of year again where like winless teams will start getting their first win, so take them very seriously or you'll be 2-5. So those are my picks for Week 8. I can't wait for Redskins and Vikings tonight and all the other games. So see you guys next time, and hopefully I'll have a good week when it comes to my picks.